Okay, we're back. So lots going on. So quick update. As you can see right now, I'm in a house. So Michaela and I actually made the decision to spend the off season in one place, get a bit of a base. So we've moved in with my little sister Alex and Luke. The idea is to be here on the Gold Coast from now through to round 1 or 2 of the Nationals, which will take us into April sometime. And then we'll be back in the van, back living on the road full time. Still going to be doing a little bit of traveling in there, but just, I think, to get the most out of myself and the most out of a pre-season, I think it's just the smartest option for me to be based in the one place. I don't have to stress about, where we're going to sleep that night or, just all that little stuff. So that's one big change that's gone on. And then since the last video, obviously we got the Honda. I was all excited, keen to get into things. Actually had a crash, just stupid little crash, or stupid big crash really. I was just scrubbing this little tabletop, wasn't charged or anything, and caught my feet and the foot pegs on the up ramp. Did the whole Instagram fails crash where feet pass your head in the air and you land off the side of the bike. And when I did it, it like pulled on my shoulder a bit. And since then, it's been about a month now. My right shoulder definitely hasn't been right. It's been pretty jacked up. So I've had ultrasounds and everything to check out soft tissue. I did have some bursitis, so some flare up in the shoulder. So I went and got a cortisone shot on that this last week and starting to feel a lot better. So I'm thinking this next week I'm going to be able to get in and just like start riding again, doing a little bit of like some projects with Brisbane Motorcycles, and then also just working on some technique stuff and whatever I need to work on leading into this next season. Just not going crazy just yet, but at least getting started. So as you can see, Pushy in behind me, been doing a fair bit of that. I got some footage and stuff of what I've been doing there, so we're going to show you that, show you what we're up to. I'm looking at getting some suspension done and stuff this week, so then like I said, when I do start riding again, we're back into it, start getting things rolling. But thanks for the patience guys, we're into it again. Alright, so like I said, started this more of a cardio based training on Trainer Road, this app. So as Michaela comes around here, you'll see basically Smart Trainer, which is what I'm hooked up to on my cycle. Hooks up to this app and just starting now, does all your intervals, builds a full training program for you. So it does tests and everything to work out your FTP, so your functional threshold power and stuff, and basically it's all numbers, so you can actually see if you're getting fitter or not, which I'm pumped on because then I'm an overthinker, as you've probably found out from watching the channel. And this, I don't really have to think about it, I just follow the program. And I can already see I'm getting fitter. So currently my FTP is 151, which if there's any cyclists watching this, they'll probably laugh at me. It's not, it's not real great, but hey, like I said, I'm just starting to get into it after a few years off because of my hip, so I'm pumped just to feel like I'm able to get into it and able to start improving. I think by the time the season comes around, like we've got, I think around 5 months because the national calendar was released. We've got a full season 22. I think within that 5 months I should be able to get pretty fit. So at the moment I think this is my 4th week of this block, and it's a 7-week block I think before I get tested again. Today's workout's about an hour, bit of a ramp build up for your warm up, and then you do 2 20-minute efforts, so 2 20-minute intervals, with the goal of 142 watt power. So I'm just chasing that wattage the whole time. And then while doing that, it's cool, this thing actually gives you some notes. So I've been working on breathing, working on my belly breathing and stuff, and it's pretty crazy. Like I can actually lower my heart rate just through my breathing by being controlled. So that's been cool. But yeah, it's about 3 to 4 workouts a week at the moment just to get started, and minimum of an hour at the moment. Longest ones are 90 minutes. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Alright, so that was super cool. Had a meeting with Johnny and Gav from Serco. Basically, they just follow the sort of stuff I'm doing and they just wanted to help out. So didn't have anything really in mind. And we sort of come up, a couple of products that they have are Pro Taper stuff. So looks like through Serco Motorsport, I'm going to be running Pro Taper stuff for next year. So pretty cool. They just gave me the address and come in here to the actual race shop where the boys build up the bikes and everything. They've got some second-hand bars here that I'm gonna try a couple different bends of the Pro Tapers just to see what I really want, and then said just give us a bit of an order of what you want for the year and we'll go from there. So pumped on that, just about to head in now and see what they've got. So the guys at the race team had a few sets laying around. So I got a Fusion set with SX race bend, Carmichael bend and Husqvarna bend. So I feel like between those ones I should be able to figure out what I want, and then yeah, pretty cool. So all geared up here at Willowbank. Been a while since I've been here, been a while since I've rode. I think it's, was it like a month or so now since I've ridden. But my shoulder feels a hell of a lot better. That cortisone injection was unreal. But I'm still not 100% sure how it's going to go. Like in the gym, all my pull movements feel fine, but the push is still a little bit iffy. But it feels super solid, like when I'm pushing the bike around just into the van, out of the van. So I wanted to just go test it to see how it feels. So Luke's lent me his bike because mine's getting the suspension done. Just gonna ride around today basically, just see how the shoulder feels and have a bit of fun. Also, actually, I got on some Foot Sport boots. So I actually hadn't heard of those guys before, but they hit me up on Instagram and asked if I was keen to test out their boots. After looking into them, they're pretty big in like road bike stuff. They've got like some Moto 3 riders and stuff like that, which is pretty cool, and they want to get into the motocross industry. So I said, yeah, for sure. I don't have any tyres there, so I'm going to test out the boots, and so far, feel comfy on my feet. But yeah, we'll see how they feel on the track.
What do you reckon, Coach?
Good to go.
Good to go. Although we had a flat front tyre to start off with. What's going on there?
Did you actually?
Yeah. Must just be too hard on the front brake. Was it flat or just down?
No, it was pretty well flat.
Did you change it?
No, I just pumped it up.
Oh, for 5 minutes it's just big red.
I'm proper nervous. Went to grab the kickstart, it's been a while.
Back already? I didn't even get a chance to get out there yet.
What are you doing then? Sleeping?
What are you doing?
I just can't reach the rear brake. Boots are, like, they're pretty good, but they're too big.
How do you mean?
I need like a smaller size.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You're moving around in them?
Yeah. Good day to like start back. The track's just like so good.
Oh, that's good.
It all flows really well and everything. So it's hard to come back when you're feeling uncomfortable anyway, and then the track's super hard.
Yeah.
Just do exactly what you're doing. Only reason I'll put you in. You can go left-hand corners without any back brake. You're good at it. You get back to the balls of your feet. You don't even touch it. I'm not once today where I see you touch that rear brake through your left-hand corners.
Yeah.
Do the same with your right. Don't drag it all the way to that apex. If you can do it left, you can do it right.
Yeah. I don't notice I'm even doing it, hey?
Yeah. We'll get, Michaela probably would have got a bit of video through here. We'll watch it later and you'll see all the way.
Okay.
Right now, you're probably going pretty much to that sprinkler head. All right, get off it and just right at 80%. Just get off and just roll.
Yep.
Roll. If you can do it left, you can do it right. But beforehand, when you were waiting till you found that cushion, jammed it, you could see the whole body move.
Yeah, so I think combination of your core, hey, and then a bit of the upper body should hopefully, with technique, fix it.
Yeah. How'd you feel? How'd the bike feel?
It's good. The more I start riding it better, and flowing and stuff, I'm like, the few spots there where you got those little hooks and stuff in the corners and there's those little bit chattery sort of bumps and the thing just...
So it doesn't explode out of stuff. Like when you find those little bit of a cushion, I guess, like that right in front of us, you don't feel it
not really,
boot back or nothing.
I feel way more stable on this than the KTM. For that, like coming out of this corner, it's like, it drifts out into a couple like edgy sort of pretty gnarly little bumps. And I'm not scared of it. Like I'll just like hold it on.
Yeah.
Even that one bump in the middle of this, like the KTM would have scared me there.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I'm just like, hit it pinned,
Alright, so initially planning into the season, going to go Honda, everything like that. Needed to make a decision on who I'm going to use for suspension and that sort of thing, because obviously, as we saw throughout the year, it's the biggest thing. Always you need that comfortability and stuff. And then after I did that 125 video, it shows that power is not the biggest thing, but you definitely want to be comfortable. So when I was looking at options, I decided that I definitely wanted to go with Dan from MXRP. I've seen the amount of work that he's done with Gibbsy throughout the year. So here's Gibbsy's bike in here today even. So he's on the Honda team, does a heap of work with him specifically and the Honda team, and I saw him at the tracks constantly developing and getting the right setting and everything like that. So it was just a no-brainer for me that I wanted to go that way. And then another cool bonus of it, I had the cone valve and track shock in the KTM, which allowed me to swap out my track shock for this 18mm shock shaft Showa A kit, which Dan had. So we swapped that out, got that in there. It's actually pretty well unobtainable, come from Japan. It's made from the guys at Showa, so that's pretty epic, that's pretty cool. But yeah, Dan and I are just going to set a little bit of sag now. He's just put that base setting in for me in the forks, chucked that shock shaft in. I think a bit of a setting that he's developed for Kirk with that one. And then, we'll go from here and just start sort of customizing it then to me. But I'm pumped. I think it should be an awesome base. So where we need to be.
101, you jump off. You're going to have to keep onto this sort of like a bit religiously because it's a new spring too.
Yep.
So for your first couple of rides, you're really going to have to keep it. So like 41, that's spot on.
Yep.
They never lose their rate, but they shrink. So it's 240 mil long, it's going to shrink to 238 mil, and that 2 mil that you lose at the spring will equal like 7 mil here.
Yeah, okay.
You start to feel it long or feeling different. Bear in mind that if you're riding sand, but it's not, quite loamy or it's not quite deep or anything like that, you can use a little of each setting to basically work. If it's short, sharp and choppy bumps, when it is a sand track, you still want to keep your rebound at 12 out, but you might be able to move your compression into 10.
Yeah, okay.
Just a little bit stiffer, but still keep the fork nice and active across those small bumps. So little things like that, work out what you like, let me know, and then we can still, work that all into what's going to work for you. So.
All right, gonna wrap this one up, but before I do, I never really gave a first impression on these boots. So never heard of the Foot Sport before, but I was pretty impressed by the boot. Didn't take any wearing in straight away, felt pretty comfortable. The sole is stiffer than what I've been running on the Fox, but it didn't seem to really cause me an issue with my brake or anything. That all felt sweet. I missed a shift a couple times, but I think that was more so me just getting used to a new boot. By the end of the day, I felt completely fine in them. The only thing was I should have went a smaller boot because my foot was moved around a little bit inside. But I'm going to keep testing them for the next couple weeks or so and make a decision if I'm going to run those for the next year. But so far, so good. I'm pumped with them. And then also, we're going to be back into weekly video uploads now. So if you guys have anything from the off season that you want to see, make sure you hit me up, send me a message, comment, whatever you want to do. because yeah, we'll be pumping them out. We got some cool ideas anyway, but it's cool to see what you guys want to see. I'm definitely going to start uploading stuff that I personally want to see. So that's a little bit of this video. Like, I went into a bit of the cycling and my training side of things. I personally like seeing that. So I figure, like, you know, I'm going to put it into my videos, and hopefully you guys like to see that sort of thing as well. But yeah, let us know what you want to see. Also, I am based around the Goldie sort of Brizzy area now. I'm going to be floating around, so I'm doing coaching. If you guys need any coaching or just want to get some coaching private or some small group stuff, hit me up. I'm sure we'll be able to work something out. But yeah, sweet as, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys watching, subscribing, all that sort of thing. And we'll see you in the next one.